guys, welcome back to Anyone Can Cook. If this is the first time you're visiting my channel, I'm Jamie and today we're gonna be making pork sliders. Since the 4th of July it's around the corner, then I thought this would be a really good recipe to share with your family and your friends. If along the way you find good tips and you're learning new things, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. So let's get started. What's really good about this recipe is that you can make it in the oven and you don't need a crock pot or a smoker. If you want to develop a lot of flavor, I recommend that you apply the rub to the meat the night before and let it refrigerate overnight. These ingredients are good for 4 people, so you are going to need about 2.5 to 3 pounds of pork shoulder or pork butt, 1 yellow onion sliced, half a cup of rub, half a cup of ginger ale, half a cup of apple cider, half a cup of vegetable broth, about 4 cups of coleslaw, 2 fresh slices of ginger, cilantro for garnish, also barbecue sauce, and potato bread to put the sliders together because potato bread goes really well with barbecue sauce. I like to make everything from scratch, so in the description I'll list the ingredients of the rub that I'm using here, the coleslaw, and also a lighter barbecue sauce. This is all the equipment you need for this recipe. Just a large saute pan, a saucepan, a baking dish, 2 forks, tongs, a cutting board, and aluminum foil. Guys, I realized that I haven't mentioned before, but the most important ingredient in any of your recipes is to make things with love. When you make things with love, things are gonna taste amazing. So I encourage you to do that. And now we're gonna start by preheating the oven at 300 degrees Fahrenheit or 150 Celsius. Then we're gonna brown the meat on the outside, take that out, brown the onions, deglaze the pan, and then add all the ingredients in the baking dish, and there it goes in the oven. So we're gonna get the saute pan really hot. Then we're gonna work on medium-high temperature. Add some oil. When the oil is hot, then we're gonna start by adding the pieces. Then turn it around and let it brown on the other side. What we're trying to do here is to seal all the juices of the meat. Then after you take the meat out of the pan, just add the onions. Try to brown them on both sides. And we're gonna deglaze the pan. And what that means is just we're gonna get all the flavor of the pork and the onions all together out of the pan. So we're gonna add all of these ingredients in the baking dish. We'll also add the apple cider, ginger ale, the 2 fresh slices of ginger. And what the apple cider and the ginger ale are gonna do is the sweetness is gonna break down the meat and make it very tender. After adding the rest of the ingredients, I'm just gonna cover it with foil. Then we're gonna put it in the oven for an hour covered. If you're following my recipe for the barbecue sauce, while you have the meat in the oven, you can just combine all the ingredients in a saucepan. Just whisk and bring it to a boil and let it boil for about 15 to 20 minutes. It's been an hour. I just took this out of the oven. So we're gonna uncover, do it carefully because steam is gonna come out and you might burn yourself, so be careful. Then we are gonna turn. We are going to increase the temperature of the oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 165 Celsius. Then we're going to leave it uncovered. That way it gets a little crispy on the outside. Okay guys, so it's been half hour and we're gonna check if this is ready. The way you're gonna know is by pulling pieces apart. If they come easily, then it is ready. Otherwise, you will need to put it in the oven for another 15 or even half an hour. It depends. All the ovens are different. If you notice that it's taking too long, what you can do is maybe cut it in half. And put it in the oven. Once it's ready, you let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes, so that way all the juices stay inside of the meat. Take a look at this, guys. This is how you know that it's ready. You don't have to apply a lot of force. It comes very, very easily. So here we are after 2 hours of the meat being in the oven. Also after resting about 15 minutes. And we're gonna do my favorite part, guys, which is plating. This pork is so juicy that you actually don't need any sauce, but it's up to you. The recipe I provided for barbecue sauce is very light, so you just need a few drops. A little bit of Coleslaw. Go. And fresh cilantro. All right, guys. And there you have them, guys. Tender, juicy, and delicious pork sliders. And this is the part when we get paid for all that hard work. So I'm gonna let you know, guys. This is so good, guys. They're so juicy. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, I'll be happy to see pictures of this recipe, of any of my recipes, so please share them on Instagram at any_1cancook. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.